we go from the Driscoll Arena in Fall River, Massachusetts. We have SEC high school ice hockey coverage this afternoon. It's going to be the Somerset Berkley Raiders taking on the co-op of the Old Rochester Bulldogs and Fairhaven Blue Devils. Hello everyone, Brian Moniz is running our camera this afternoon. I'm Keegan Hamblett for our Somerset Access TV Channel 98, Berkley Community Access TV Channel 9, and our Blue Raider studios on the campus of Somerset Berkley Regional High School. Should be a great matchup today. The last time that these two teams faced off, you have to go back to about a month ago. Somerset Berkley earned a 4-1 road win in a game that got rescheduled to the Falmouth Ice Arena and at a later time. Old Rochester wearing their black uniforms today, red numbers, red stripes. Somerset Berkley in the home white, blue numbers, blue stripes. We're underway. Off the face-off, the Bulldogs will send it in deep, and it'll be taken by Mason Sullivan on the right side, who leaves it behind for Nate Mello. That one is tapped forward by Aaron Preston. Is it going to make it the distance? Nope, icing's going to be waved off. Type in the corner, and the Bulldogs couldn't get forward with it. Gauvin's going to play it off the side. Barrett Bacot, the senior defender, trying to play it around. Sullivan holds it in at the point. He's walking in the shot, and that one is saved by the Old Rochester Bulldogs netminder, Tucker Roy. It's a sophomore on the Bulldogs side. And on the Somerset Berkley side, who else but Brandon Silva, 8-0-1 record, goals against average of 1.41, save percentage of .936, that's 190 saves on 203 shots. The Raiders win it again. Sullivan's going to try it again, sticked away. The rebound try is going to go around the net. That one popped out on the side, and a tip attempt from Cameron McKenna went just wide. Another try right in front, and it'll be covered by Roy. As always, our second whistle, it's time to meet the opposing head coach on the Old Rochester Fairhaven side. It's Zach Ledegar, who's in his fifth go-around with this team. Career record of 31 wins, 55 losses, and 4 ties. He's assisted by Coach Kidney, Coach Sullivan, and Coach Rastusha. Bulldogs able to win the face-off this time, and it was nearly tapped out past Adam Marcos. And the second time took a little bit of a funky hop. Adam Marcos, the big height, big stride, helped win the race, and he sends Mike Brown flying into the boards. And now Marcos just got hit in the boards as well from Jared Freites. This is Carter Sylvia taking it in the back, playing it up to Cam McKenna, and the net is off the line, and we are going to have a penalty call coming up against Old Rochester, and the Raiders will go to the power play. There's a collision right in front on Silva's net. So Somerset Berkley will get the first man advantage of the night, and it's going to be Jared Freites, the junior forward, going to the box. Freites with 15 points on the year so far, 5 goals, 10 assists. Big part of that front forward set, I should say, on the Old Rochester side. Captain on the face-off, and the Old Rochester captain won it that time. But the Raiders regather. This is Mello spinning away, going down low to Stafford. Mello couldn't get it on to his stick. Gauvin did. Goes back down low to Mello. Stafford in close range, looking for something in front. Sullivan going to follow it up, and it got blocked, and the Bulldogs will get it clear. And maybe want a shorthanded chance. Here they come. The backhand is going to be into the middle of the ice. Nobody in particular. That was Caleb Busquette that time. Mello off the boards into the zone. Here's Mello in front, saved by Roy in the rebound. Rothwell was there, couldn't poke it on frame. Here's Gauvin again, down low to Mello. Mello back to Gauvin at the point, gonna walk in. Gauvin at the circle, Gauvin the shot, saved by Roy. Rebound down low. Mello spins away from traffic, gets it over to Kean Stafford. Trying to get it on the backhand into the middle. Sullivan couldn't keep it, and another hustle to the puck, which Gauvin's gonna win the race to. Just under a minute to go on the power play. Sullivan couldn't enter the zone. Rothwell will try to re-enter it. Oh, and he got decked. And we're going to have another penalty coming up against Old Rochester. This is Sullivan. A dangle. Mason Sullivan put it wide. And there's the touch. And we're going to go to 5-on-3 for 45 seconds. Wow, what an open ice hit. They're going to call it a penalty. But that just shows the physical strength right there from the Old Rochester side. That's going to be Justin Marquez going to the box. Marquez has 3 goals, 6 assists to his name this year. So big chance now for the Raiders to get the home lead that they want. Same guys will stay out there on the SB side. Stafford gets it away to Garvin. To Sullivan, a one-timer, and that's sticked away by Roy. Sullivan will get the rebound, and he'll play it off the boards over to Kean Stafford. Stafford on the edge of the circle, walking in, looking for something in front. It goes cross ice. Sullivan, 30 seconds on the 5-on-5, goes to Rothwell, the backhand save, rebound, and they score! 2 minutes, 51 seconds in, Somerset Berkley has the lead, and that is Nate Mello on it. th goal of the year. Excuse me, that is my fault. 7th goal of the year for Nate Mello, 21st career goal. I was about to say 14 for Luke Garvin, just an extra 2 in there. At Somerset Berkley, since it was a 5-on-3 goal, they'll stay on the power play for another minute 35 unless they get another one here. Pimentel going to get by the last Bulldog back. And they can't get out of the zone. This is Marcos walking in the shot. It pops up high. Rebound still losing the crease, and they couldn't poke it in, and it's going to be cleared out. That was Barrett Bacot that time on the pressure. This is Dylan Messier now going to play it across. That's a good pass there to Aaron Preston. Got knocked off his feet in the open ice. Marcos the backhand over to Messier. Again, 1 minute to go on the penalty. Messier, a good dangle. Going to get by the stick that time of Bacot, one of the captains on the old Rochester side. And Bacot will get it clear on Silva's end. Marcos again across to Aaron Preston on the left over the red line into the zone. Made the dangle, got stumbled up, and they'll get it clear again. Only to the red line this time, where it'll be handled by Aiden Marcos, 6'2" defenseman. Messier, the shot blocked down in front. He gets back to it on the forehand, down low, looking for something. McKenna, saved by Roy. Rebound, go down low. And McKenna finds it, and another good save by Roy. Rebound try, Marcos with the long reach was not able to keep that one in. Delayed offside, arm goes back down, everybody's back. And the Raiders are back on it. Stafford trying to dangle away, he can't. Back to even strength as the penalty's over. That one played high off the glass, out of the zone. Here's Mason Sullivan. Burst of steam, Sullivan. Could not make the move by the last defender back in Austin Branco. Stafford will chop it up to Luke Garvin, captain to captain. And taken over by Mike Brown, who gets it up. 5 minutes to go in the first period, and we're going to have a whistle and a stoppage of play. A little bit of sportsmanship talk after that one from Nate Mello and Connor Galligan. Galligan, another big part on the old Rochester side, 10 goals to his name this year so far. And it's going to be another penalty against old Rochester. Somerset Berkley now, 3rd chance at the power play already. Perfect face-off win. Sullivan to Garvin, a one-timer, tipped right in front, and it's handled by Roy. That gets a good round of applause from the old Rochester fans that on the right side of the boards in his zone. Stafford wanted to take that one himself, but it's sent down past Luke Garvin, and the Raiders will have to reset. Sullivan might need help, instead just going to try the long pass. Garvin took a stumble. Gavin Austin now plays it across and sent down again. Again, only as far as the red line. Rothwell will leave it for Mason Sullivan, intentionally wide. Maybe trying to look for a follow-up from Nate Mello. And a good tap forward by Bacot, able to get that one down. Here's Luke Garvin. Garvin has options. Rothwell's on the left. Garvin around. I think he tried to get it to Rothwell. Mello finds it, pokes it into the middle, across for Stafford. Stafford backhand, holds it up. Stafford, I think, was trying to leave it for Mason Sullivan. Couldn't connect on it. A little bit too much oomph on the pass. Sullivan over the middle, feeds it across. This is Kean Stafford. The shot hit the outside of the net. And they'll blow the whistle as the net is off the line. Well, 6 minutes, 2 seconds in. Brandon Silva hasn't faced any shots on goal yet. If he gets 10 today, I'll mark his 200th save of the year. Aaron Preston to take the face-off this time for Somerset Berkley. And that was a tie-up, but Old Rochester got the better of it in the end. And this is going to be a shorthanded break chance to tie the game. But Jared Freites couldn't get by 2-3 Somerset Berkley players. This is Braden Pimentel now entering the zone against Jack Langlace. Pimentel around, goes to Dylan Messier at the point, takes the low shot, and that is tipped way up high and over the net and out of play. And that was Aaron Preston on that deflection. Old Rochester coming into this game, they get a couple win streaks going. We've got 2 games just in general against Bourne and against Bishop Stang. And they got a 3-game win streak going on in conference play. New Bedford, Boca, Ponequet, and Bourne. That one loose right in front, and was it tapped in? No, it's going to go wide. Here's Preston. Marcos back down low. Got by everybody. Follow-up try is saved by Roy. And a little extra shove right in front. Got to be easy. And Pimentel had the jersey being tugged off a little bit. Tell you what, the Bulldogs fans on the right side love it. And Pimentel is going to go to the box. And I think this is going to be matching penalties. You got an Old Rochester player heading that way too. That is Jared Freites. I don't know. That was tough to call. I don't know if it was penalty worthy, but I know in high school they try to keep the fights to a minimum. So that's probably the understanding of the referees, and that is a good clearance attempt that time. And Silva will leave it for Mason Sullivan. Marcos let it go to Preston, gets it into the middle for Garvin. Garvin with Stafford, fed it across. Mello, the one-timer, I think went off the skate of Garvin, and it'll be sent out of the zone. We're back to even strength. Another good pass up, and a second attempt couldn't find Garvin, and that was Bear Picard who got leveled in the open ice. Here's Nate Mello sending it around for Kean Stafford, who tapped it forward. But Connor Foley, right off the bench, had the angle on it. Sullivan wants an immediate restart. And Garvin follows it up, has Sullivan in the middle, instead plays it across to Kean Stafford, who had it go off the end of his stick. Potential 3-on-2 the other way if they want it. Instead, a player is going to be offside, and that was Connor Foley, the victim of that whistle. That was Carter Sylvia and Chase Almeida that time in the face-off circle. Almeida got the better of it, but Somerset Berkley has possession right back. Messier back around the boards, past Marcos. Matt Tobin going to get by Marcos again, and this is going to spring up, maybe for Jack Rothwell, and he couldn't beat Gavin Austin to that loose puck. Played off the boards. Messier with a good keep-in right at that blue line. He'll send it in down low. It's gloved by Roy. Carrier and Roy are the 2 goaltenders on the Old Rochester side. Combined for goals against average of 2.88. That's 52 goals allowed in 18 games. In Old Rochester, we find this every year. The schedule and season always seems to end early, and that's going to be the case this year because they've only got 1 more game left, and it's a rescheduled one against the Ponequet in 10 days' time. That one is blocked off of Aiden Marcos' skate, and it goes out of play over the netting. There's a good crowd making their way here. We haven't seen too much of the Raider faithful in terms of the student sections. There are a couple students here that are up on the balcony on the left side of us. Luke Garvin to take the face-off against Caleb Bousquet. Busquets, one in, that is wide on the side of Silva. Preston backhand, and it didn't come out of the zone. Sullivan on the restart. Into the zone, knocked off the puck, kept in. Stafford trying to poke it up. Sprung off the boards nicely, Busquets, oh, he put it on frame. Silva saved it and it went off the outside of the post. And Sullivan couldn't get it over to Preston. Oh, that is a dangerous first shot there from the Bulldogs. And now Stafford trying to win the race. He does, short angle shot saved by Roy, rebound in front. Neither Garvin or Preston could get on the end of that one. We got delayed offside. Everybody's got to get back for the Bulldogs. Mello will send it up. Mello's got the only goal of the game so far. 9.5 minutes in. Preston down low, and the Bulldogs will get back on it with Barrett Bacot. He's going to try to play it up off the side. Walking into the middle was Matt Tobin, and Mello starts it up the other way. He's got Rothwell on the right, but again, Rothwell is offside. And that's the first whistle after the allocated time, so both the players who were in the box for those matching misconducts can go right back to the bench. That was Clemental and Jared Freites. Somerset Berkley coming in. They get a little bit of a tough test today, and that's not only because it's Old Rochester, but they got 5 inactives today. That's Ashton Gates, Stephen Erickson, as Carter Sylvia put that one wide. Stephen Erickson, Logan Rose, Gabe Gonzalez, Liam DeRocher. And DeRocher's probably the biggest one because he's an alternate captain. That puck goes all the way down for an icing, and the faceoff will be in the OR end. Well, next games for both sides. Somerset Berkley, they'll be home 2 days' time against the Dedham Marauders. There'll be a 4:30 puck drop. Old Rochester, we just mentioned it, they'll be away against the Pontiac. Be 3 p.m. puck drop. And there's also a makeup game against the Dayton Rehoboth Seekonk Co-op that they still have to make up. Roy covers that one and a couple extra shoves. Again, easy now. Don't want to go back to the box after he just got out of it. That one comes out of the zone. Look out here. Race to the puck. Old Rochester gets to it. They fed it across. It wasn't there. Loose puck in the middle, and it would not connect off the stick. Sylvia turned over, walked in. That is saved by Silva. It also might have hit the outside of the net. That one hopped over Cam McKenna. He gets to it. Cam McKenna in. McKenna around. McKenna in front. Couldn't find Rothwell. It's played off the boards. It might have hit off the referee. That's cleared down. That was off Messier's glove. No icing here. Marcos plays it up to Silvio, gets it over to Rothwell, who wanted that quick restart. Rothwell high off the net and out of play. When we have a second, let's take a look at the SEC standings. Somerset Berkley already clinched their second consecutive conference win. They got an 8-0 record in conference play. Old Rochester's in third place, 4 wins, 2 losses, and a tie with 3 games to go. So second place still very much up for grabs for them. 2 points behind Bourne, who's at 5-3-1. It's Jared Freites in the middle, and it's turned over to Nate Mello, who's trying to spin away from traffic. Good job here from the junior. Didn't help get it back for the moment. Try at the line, knocked down. And Stafford, 1 against 3 now, tried the stick drag. He got back to it. Good reach there. Another try blocked down right in front. Barrett Bacot for the Bulldogs. It's off the net again, and they're going to blow the whistle. Well, the history between these two sides in the last 2 years or so, Somerset Berkley's won the last 4. 2-0, 5-0, 7-1, and 4-1 were the results. The last time that Old Rochester won, you got to go back to February 13th of 2022. Almost 2 years to date. That was at the Falmouth Ice Arena. That was a 2-1 overtime win. And Somerset Berkley had most of the chances in that overtime game. Just not able to convert on any of them. Mello is, I think Roy wanted to glove that one. It popped up. Another try in front. Couldn't find Luke Garvin. Mello will send it back down low for Garvin. And it's walked out again. That one took a funky hop right in front, and that's blocked. That was Aaron Preston trying to get back to it. And that one goes by Nate Mello. Mason Sullivan read the rush well. He stepped in. Almeida sticked it down. Here's Preston in the zone. Holds it up at the edge of the face-off circle. Oh, he got taken down. Preston's down, and there's the whistle. Oh, boy. I believe that was Connor Galligan who hit Preston on the end boards, and they're calling for the trainer now. The athletic trainer at Somerset Berkley is Susan Medeiros. And Preston is up, so that's good. And the face-off is going to come outside of the zone, so there was no penalty that was called on that. So, in the end, that was probably just a good play by Galligan. 2:18 to go, first period. Somerset Berkley up 1. This is Rothwell. McKenna blocked. Another try got on frame to Roy, and we got a whistle, and we got another penalty coming up. Let's see who it is this time. Going to the box, it looks like it's Barrett Picott. Garvin at the line, tripped up, no arm goes up. Stafford down low, Mello in front, blocked down, Garvin follow up, goes across to Stafford. Stafford, wrist shot, wide. Rothwell was the intended target to tip it in on the back post. Sullivan down low again. Mello couldn't find it. Gavin Austin sends it around the boards by Luke Garvin. Watch out here, one-on-one chance, short-handed. Bulldogs get to it. Sullivan with the self-pass off the boards. And Bousquet is hurt on that play. He's hustling over, trying to get to the bench. Not much steam on it. Mason Sullivan gets it back. Backhand not there. I don't know. Sullivan tapped him on the leg. It looked like he was grabbing up high. Stafford banned on that attempt into the middle. Mason Sullivan, a minute to go on the power play. Garvin down low. Mello walking in. Tried to give it across to Luke Garvin again. Mello spins away from traffic. Mello around behind the net, holds it up. Gets it away to Luke Garvin. 55 to go in the period. Down low. Mello, saved by Roy. Well, Somerset Berkley, they got 17 shots so far in this period, so it's not like they're without chances. Just Tucker Roy standing tall so far in the early going. Sullivan keeps it in, gets it across to Garvin, down low. Stafford sends a man right off the puck. Mello off the boards, finds Stafford, short angle, holds it up. Garvin, lots of space ahead of him, it's saved by Roy again.
You don't use it how it's supposed to. No, you don't.
That one is sent around. Mason Sullivan keeps it in, goes around the boards. Didn't want the wraparound. Now will come right in front. Mason Sullivan saved by Roy. Stafford let it go. Sullivan back on it. Gets it across to Mello. Power plays over. That one tipped right in front, and it's in! And we'll see who's going to get credit for that. It's either Jack Rothwell or Mason Sullivan. It looks like Rothwell's going to get it. 2-0 Somerset Berkley. That is the 9th goal of the year for Jack Rothwell, and shout out to Rothwell again. That is his 30th career Somerset Berkley goal. And 14:53 is going to be the time of that one. Here's Mello. Off the boards to Mason Sullivan. That's going to be how the first period ends. Well, it's been all Somerset Berkley in the early going so far. 2-0 Raiders on goals from Rothwell and Nate Mello. We'll take a short break and we'll be right back. Everybody, we're back for the start of the second period here at the Driscoll Arena in Fall River. Somerset Berkley with 2 goals from Jack Rothwell and Nate Mello have the lead 2-0 after 15 minutes. Let's recap those shots on goal real quick. The Raiders have 20. Old Rochester only with 1 on Brandon Silva's net. So far they've had to play a lot of defensive coverage. I guess is a better way to put it. Again, we'll recap next games for both sides. Somerset Berkley's taking on Dedham. That'll be here at Driscoll. 2 days' time on Monday at 4:30 p.m. Old Rochester is away at Apponequet, but Somerset Berkley and Apponequet share the same rink. 10 days' time, Tuesday, February 20th at 3 p.m. Or maybe earlier if that makeup game against DRS gets rescheduled a few days prior to that. Well, we know in prior matchups, Old Rochester, they love the second period. So we'll see if it shows for it again tonight. In the face-off circle to start this second period is going to be Caleb Bousquet and Carter Sylvia. Second period underway. And the Raiders will get it in the zone real quick. Austin Branco now trying to chop it up. And Marcos wasn't able to hold it in. We got a potential 3-on-1 going the other way for the Bulldogs. Coming in now is Austin around the net. Gonna hold it up. Backhand to the point. Branco a shot. Blocked down right in front. Sylvia will send it around the boards. As we got some of the other Somerset Berkley hockey players who are inactive today coming right behind us, going into the famous room that's used for parties, reservations, whatever the case may be. Cam McKenna, the sophomore now, will leave it and it'll be chopped up. Branco right at the red line. It goes over. Could be the chance for a third goal. Oh, we get a tripping penalty coming up. And Caleb Bousquet knew it right away, put the arms up saying, yep, that's my bad. So Somerset Berkley, this is going to be their 5th power play of the game. They've capitalized a couple times already. He said the score is 2-0. How about this stat in the last 4 years? We mentioned this a lot. The Raider faithful love it. Games decided by 2 goals or more since the start of 2020. Somerset Berkley is 43-1. The only loss was a road loss against Taunton earlier this year, 5-2. Games decided by 1 goal, they're 6-5. Glavin will get it across to Mason Sullivan. Tallest guy on the ice at 6'3". Tie up at the red line. Sullivan finds it, enters the zone. Sullivan backhand, leaves it for Stafford. Try to get it down low to Sullivan. Stafford with the my-fall. No, and it wasn't as good of a pass as he would have liked it to be. And Old Rochester will get it out with Barrett Bacall on the clearance. Rothwell chopped it up too far for Sullivan, and that one is lofted up off the netting. And they'll blow the whistle dead. Let's take a look at how the Somerset Berkley season is going so far. So they started out with a win against Apponequet, round 1 of Prenda Cup. And then it officially went down as a tie against Diamond Durfee in the Prenda final, but Somerset Berkley did lose that one after 2 overtimes and a shootout. 2 straight wins against New Bedford Voca and Apponequet. Then that loss to Taunton that we just mentioned. And then after that, 7 straight wins and then another overtime loss against Taunton last Saturday at the Alexo Arena. Sullivan, backhand to Stafford at the edge of the circle. Stafford holds it up, down low to Nate Mello. Mello behind the net, switches to the forehand. Plays it on the side for Stafford. Mello, options in front, backhand, Stafford. On it again, has to be careful. He couldn't make the move by Connor Galligan, and Galligan sends it down to Silva's end. Still 3/4 of a minute to go on the penalty to Caleb Bousquet. Again, Stafford on the right side, tried to make the move, couldn't get by Galligan. Sullivan gets it up to Rothwell, who leaves it for Kean Stafford, coming up on the right side. And the Raiders nearly got back to it. That was Mello who tapped it forward onto Tucker Roy's net, and he'll cover for a face-off in his end. Again, we're covering this game on 3 networks today: our Somerset Access TV Channel 98, Berkley Community Access TV Channel 9, and our Blue Raiders studios on the campus of Somerset Berkley Regional High School. Brian Moniz is on our camera today, doing excellent work as always. McCart had that clearance attempt pop up in the air. Messier at the line, saved by Roy, rebound, and Preston couldn't catch up to it, and that is eventually sent down by Jared Freites, and that should do it for the Somerset Berkley power play. Messier having trouble getting that puck up, got it by Freites. Avoided most of the hit on the end boards. McKenna gets it back to Pimentel. Pimentel trying to reach it against Austin Branco. Started up the other way. That was Mike Brown tapping it up. Brown now with Marcos in that challenge, and it eventually squirts free to Cam McKenna. Bousquet off, Jack Finn on. Sends it behind, Marcos has it. Too far for McKenna, it's knocked down, and that was Aaron Preston who couldn't walk forward with it. 3.5 minutes into the second period, still 2-0. McKenna up the middle of the ice. Preston is back from that injury where he got hit on the boards against Galligan. Messier, good backhand, couldn't get it by Bacart, who's going to enter the zone. No offside here. Bacart a shot, sticked away by Silva. Rebound try around the net. Maybe something in front. Backhand reach. Sent down low. Nobody's there for the Bulldogs. Marcos now spinning away from traffic. Good work there from the senior. Plays a beautiful pass up to Braden Pimentel. Wrist shot saved by Roy, and he'll cover up the rebound as Pimentel and Marcos were breaking forward. We mentioned Somerset Berkley. They've already sealed up the South Coast Conference. That is their 5th conference title. Won in 1977. That was their first one. 2003, right before Coach Snyder got here. They were co-champs with the DRS side in 2020. They won it last year, and they won it again this year. Tide is shifting to Somerset Berkley the last few years or so. That's Foley, couldn't squirt it free to an open black jersey in front. Austin chopped it up in the air. That is reached forward. Shot attempt goes wide. Follow-up try. That one went right behind the net. Might have gone through the crease. And now another hustle to the puck. Good run here from the freshman, and Michael Landry just couldn't win the race. That's Rothwell now. Sullivan's calling for it. Sylvia couldn't get it to him. Sylvia again, stick by Roy. He'll cover it up. Had Langlace right in front. Elected not to give it to him. This ain't the only action going on here at the Driscoll Arena tonight. We got DRS taking on the Apponequet Lakers right after this one's done. That is projected to be a 6 p.m. puck drop. That one right on frame off the face-off. Roy covers again. And after this game and after the DRS Apponequet game, we've only got 5 more SEC matchups to go on the season. State tournament coming right around the corner. Watch out here. Jack Finn spun away, and that is sent up and knocked down off of Messier, but he gets back to it. Dylan Messier leaves it for Aiden Marcos on the left side. Good stick work again. Too far up, Bacart has it in the back. Finn on the left. Here's Austin Branco, the alternate captain, sends it around the boards for Mike Brown. Turned over. Stafford knocked off the puck. Follow-up try, saved by Roy. And that was Preston, who got knocked down to the ice. Maybe a 3-on-2 the other way. This is Bacot leading the rush. Takes the shot. It's saved by Silva. And the rebound, Marcos will get it away out of the crease. 2-on-1 maybe now. A counter the other way here. Stafford the shot, saved by Roy. Wow, end-to-end transition that time from both sides. Neither side could get a goal out of it. Face off on the right side of Roy. Sylvia wins it. That's Rothwell playing it across to Sullivan. A little bit behind him. He sends it down low, and it's sent around by the Bulldogs, trying to find Matt Tobin on the right side. He can't get it out of the zone. Rothwell leaves it for Sylvia. Sylvia across into the middle, tip wide. Twice that time for McKenna and Rothwell. McKenna off the skate of Thomas Carrico. Rothwell couldn't beat Langlace to the puck that time. That one chipped up. Could be a chance the other way. Foley wide. It's somebody in front on the way through. Tobin follow-up. Chase Almeida couldn't get the stick down low that time. Play it up, and Rothwell couldn't find it. It's onside, says the referee. Foley trying to leave it. Nobody was there. This is Nate Mello now. Mello on an island of his own, backhand, and that one hit the outside of the net. Might have gone on to Roy. And it's eventually sent down for an icing, and the faceoff will be right back in our end. Boy, Tucker Roy, he's only a sophomore on this team. This is going to be a guy that this old Rochester Fairhaven side is going to love for a few more years to come. Sure, the team's down 2, but 26 saves on 28 shots. You can't complain about that. Now the tie-up on the faceoff. Garvin got it over to Stafford, and Preston trying to get it back against Austin Branco. Branco will play it up. Garvin, even with the speed, couldn't keep it in. Marcos has the angle behind Silva. Good collision right down low. It's Stafford again. I was trying to get it to Preston. But caught the spin. Turned over. Stafford in front. Garvin's in the mix. But Branco found it first. Now, underpass try to Marquez. Couldn't walk forward in the zone. And we've got some of the Apponequet players making their way here. They've got, looks like a bin of some sorts on the left side of us. This is Garvin down low, in front, save, rebound, cleared away by Branco. And it goes by Aiden Marcos at the line. Marcos now trying to get back to it again. Branco trying to shove Marcos off the puck. Tie up 4 players, now a 5th one coming in to help. Preston squirted it free. Marquez on the left side starts up with it. At the red line, try on Silva, and he's just going to cover it up. Well, Brandon Silva, you never know where a shot's going to go by him. We saw a few years ago against Mansfield, let up a very long goal behind the red line. So even though he's, I guess you could say, the best goaltender in the SEC, anything's possible. This ice has a couple weird ruts in it. It could take a funky bounce. Langlace at the line, save, rebound, that was sticked high up in the air. No goal is the signal. That was Mike Brown who tapped it down, and a washout signal for a high stick is going to be no goal. And the old Rochester fans not too happy about that one. So the face-off is going to be in our end now because it was played with a high stick. Boy, a break for Somerset Berkley on that one. Freight's trying to find it against Sylvia. Squirts free for Jack Rothwell. Down low to Sylvia, a little bit too far for him. That was turned over on the side. Sylvia, oh, he got hit on the side, and Sylvia's down. He's going to get back up, so that's good. Sylvia has taken a couple hard hits this season, but he's managed to stay strong and get up after every single one. Rothwell couldn't poke it forward to himself, as he would have had a one-on-one break the other way. He gets it back, and Langlace at the circle in the Old Rochester zone. Chops it up on the right side. Mike Brown couldn't handle it. It comes around. That is to the point to Gavin Austin. Sends it in deep. Marquez had options. Instead went behind on the left side of Silva. There's Mason Sullivan over the red line into the zone. Austin trying to get it out. Second effort help from Chase Almeida. Got it to the point, and now will be walked out by Marquez. Makes a move by McKenna. Nearly fell on the right side. This is Stafford who gets back to it. That's Rothwell in the middle. There he goes. Oh, what a save by Roy! It's Rothwell getting back to it by Almeida. Mason Sullivan. Forehand into the middle. A tip loose in the crease, and it goes by McKenna, but it's going to be an icing. Wow, props to Tucker Roy on that one. Big round of applause up here on the balcony. Almeida Garvin in the circle this time on the left side of Roy. Almeida wins it, but hit it off of Almeida's helmet. Messier at the line, blocked by Bacot. Preston and Garvin couldn't dig it out. Bacot starts it up the other way, and he's sent down to the ice by Dylan Messier. Here's Marcos over the middle. Played off the boards. Jack Langlace, the junior defender. 3 assists on the year. He gets it up, and Somerset Berkley right back on it. It's Messier trying to play it to Stafford. A little bit too far. No icing here. That was just Old Rochester trying to leave it for an intentional icing. Strategy did not work, though. Preston, everybody's offside, so Marcos and Stafford had to get back. Stafford a backhand knocked down by Galligan. Galligan by 1, didn't get by Marcos. That one hit the referee on the side. Garvin with the shove, not playing the puck. Galligan blocked. Marquez spins away from Messier. Gets it on the forehand to the right side. Popped up in the air. Branco down low. It's Preston starting up with it. It's stick down. That would have gone all the way for an icing if Langlace let that one go. Garvin played that one between the legs. Stafford off the side to Luke Garvin. The Raiders have 2 forward and only 2 Bulldogs are back. Garvin's going to hold it up, waiting for help. Preston, a move, a dangle, a shot saved by Roy, and he covers it up. Sylvia and Freights this time in the circle. Hit off the side, Rothwell finds it. Had Sylvia, wants to do it himself, gets it away. Rothwell by himself, cut by 3 guys. Good try there from the senior. And this is Almeida, wrist shot saved by Silva. And the rebound pops up. Is it going to be gloved down by Old Rochester? Yes, it is. And it came right through the crease. Nobody was there. Rothwell played it up. And Sylvia at the blue line will get it back to Mason Sullivan. Gets it across to Mello. Too far forward for McKenna. It's Gavin Austin taking over. McKenna into the mix. Didn't have enough steam on it. Freights lofts it up. And a close race to the puck. And it's going to be an icing. And that was Gavin Austin running forward. I don't know why he didn't go to get it. I mean, the icing rules in high school hockey are a little bit different. It doesn't matter who wins the race. If it's sent behind the red line and makes it all the way, they're going to call it an icing. Same 2 in the circle, 2:54 to go, second period. That one came right in front and McKenna couldn't stick it down. A little bit of a late reaction. Marquez backhand in deep. Around behind Silva's net. Mello to Rothwell. Almeida found it. Almeida spinning away. He got tripped up, and we got a penalty coming up. It's going to be Old Rochester to the power play. Trip is the signal. And that is going to be Nate Mello going to the box. Mello, a big part of, especially on the second penalty kill unit. But the guy who got the first goal of the game is going to sit for 2 minutes. Unless Old Rochester scores, cuts the lead in half, he'll come right back out. Garvin couldn't find it. Foley to the line, but caught. Wrist shot, tip save by Silva through traffic. It's not cleared out. Bacot with the reach, keeps it in. Bacot walking in. Oh, it hit the post with the shot. And it's sent down. That's a good clearance there. It was an immediate washout signal from the referee on the left side of Silva saying no goal. Most of the fans thought it was in. Freights, oh, and Marcos tried to make the hit. He ended up falling down. It comes out to the edge. That's Austin sending it down low. Freights trying to beat Stafford to it. Walking forward with it this time is Galligan, and we get a whistle and a stoppage of play. And it looks like they're going to take the face-off out of the zone. It's Garvin and Galligan at the circle just outside the blue line, and somebody got tossed off. Nope, they're going to move Marquez around. Oh, watch out. We hit a stumble coming off of the bench. Hey, I've been to this rink public skating before. That gap between the bench and on the ice, it's a little bit of a height, so it's all good. Brownish shot is saved by Silva. Rebound goes on his right side. Fed across. Shot wide. 55 seconds to go on the penalty. Another try saved by Silva, and he covers up the rebound with the glove. Minute 29 to go in the second period. No goals yet, but Old Rochester with a good chance to get one here. Good pass across. Bacot spins, holds it up. Bacot takes the shot high. Was on the blocker side of Silva that time. This is Jared Freights. One-timer! Not enough. And that is sent out by Ada Marcos. Connor Foley over the middle. Galligan trying to tap it forward to himself. Marcos had to go behind him. He had a player taken down, and it's eventually sent down. And Coach Ledegar wanted a penalty on that last hit. He didn't get one. That's it for the power play chance for the Bulldogs. Still got 30 seconds to go in the period, maybe trying to get one. Bacot enters, it's offside at the line. And that might have been Marquez with the extra step. And Almeida able to win the face-off. Sent down by Carrico. Sullivan and Rothwell trying to help free that puck. Finn in the mix as well. Mello will backhand it across to Luke Garvin, who's going to have Kean Stafford forward. Couldn't get it. Try at the line is saved by Silva. That was Carrico on the attempt that time. Eight seconds to go, maybe get a face-off win. Have one last crack at it. They do get to it. 3 seconds to go. And Sullivan got it away to Luke Garvin. And the second period is over. Well, a lot more pressure from Old Rochester in that period. Somerset Berkley had 10 shots on goal. Old Rochester had 8. Still 2-0 Raiders after 2. Final 15 comes up in just a minute. All right, we're back for the start of the third period here at the Driscoll Arena, where Somerset Berkley's up 2 on goals by Nate Mello and Rothwell. Both of those came in the first period. Nothing from either side on the second period, but the shots on goal did pile up. And on this balcony that we're up on today, starting to get crowded because Apponequet is going to be celebrating their senior night in the next game coming up, which you can see that on Lake Cam TV or DRS Hockey on YouTube. For any of you SEC fans that are watching. First line out there for the Raiders to start out. Third period underway, and Preston helps send that one up right away. Mello will spin away from traffic, gets it over to Mason Sullivan, who is able to get it out of the zone, and it falls for Luke Govin, who enters in the other zone. Govin tried the stick drag, didn't get by Bacot. Govin had another pass attempt blocked down. That one is sent off the glass. Took a weird bounce, and a stumble came from Chase Almeida. Govin poked it away. That puck went by Mason Sullivan, 2-on-1, with players coming back for the Raiders. And Stafford couldn't get up with it. Mello finds it. Good pass over to Aaron Preston. Preston hauled down, another penalty coming up. Somerset Berkley's going back to the power play, 46 seconds into this third period. And that was just a tough penalty to take that time from Connor Galligan. Really not much contact on it, but a trip is a trip, so they're going to call it. And Mello wins the faceoff. Stafford gets it over to Govin. Back down low to Stafford. Behind the net to Mello. Mello, Stafford couldn't reach it with the stick. Govin follow up at the line. Blocked off a skate right in front. Here's Mello. Gets by Bacot. Mello to Sullivan. Walking in. Does a dangle. Another move. A wraparound. Not going to try to get it on frame. Govin again at the point. Gets it across. Jack Rothwell walking in, the shot wide. Follow-up try, Sullivan couldn't get it on the end of his stick. Stafford couldn't get it over to Govin cleanly, and it's eventually sent out by Mike Brown. And they sent down a second time again. Good job by Old Rochester, just waiting to send the puck down, waiting for all the Raiders to get back up. Kill more time. That is too far of a pass, and it's going to be sent down again. That was the captain, Bacot, on it. Ken Stafford starts the new rush, plays it across to Mason Sullivan, gets it between his legs. Sullivan in the middle, leaves it, or no he didn't, he tried to leave it for Rothwell. Sullivan again blocked in front. Govin walked forward, sends it back down low to Mello. Mello spins away. Stafford finds it off a miscue. That one hit something right in front as it was going to go into the middle for Rothwell. Govin, the step up, made one man miss. And it's sent all the way down to Silva's then with 30 seconds to go on the man advantage. That one didn't connect with anybody on the way down. It'll be a Somerset Berkley icing. Well, again, if you're watching on any of our networks that we're broadcasting this game on today, we do thank you. Brian Mona's running our camera. I'm Keegan Hamblin on commentary. Also, make sure in our Blue Raider studios to leave a like and subscribe to this video. We post school events, sporting events, anything going around the Somerset Berkley community. And Marco's having some trouble, and he sends a man down to the ice. It's the other Aaron Preston, the backhand up. Marcos in the back. That should do it for the power play. Messier blocked by Freights. Springs in the back for Foley. Back to even strength. Messier across to Marcos on the left side. Over the middle, too far for McKenna. It's walked up, and that is going to be offside at the line. Just looks like right now Old Rochester having a little bit of trouble communicating on when they're going to enter the zone, if they're going to hold it up, loft that puck in. So definitely something to work on going into next year for Coach Ledigar and his crew. But it doesn't look like it's costing them too much. They came into today with a 10-7-1 record. So they've already qualified for the state tournament. And we'll go to those Division 4 rankings while we can for Old Rochester. They're number 11 right now. They're the highest in Division 4 of any team in the SEC, and a one-time shot that time would not go from Chase Almeida, and another try is gloved by Brandon Silva. Shout out to Brandon on that one. That is his 200th save on the season. And Somerset Berkley in the Division 3 MIAA latest ranking is number 13, so that's still good enough to host a playoff game. But if you remember last year, they came in at number 12, hosted that playoff game, and lost 4-1 to the Auburn-Millbury Rockets. This is Cam McKenna with Jack Rothwell as the trailer. Tried to leave it for him. Marquez gets it back, and he can't get it out of the zone. Sylvia will send it in deep. And Austin Branco for the Bulldogs is going to have the angle on that one and popped free, and Branco took a stumble to the ice off a sit of a side hit, I should say. Tap forward. The Bulldogs have 3-4 players in the zone. Bacot, backhand try, blocked by Mello. Falls for Bacot. Again, wrist shot blocked by Silva in the rebound. Falls for Jack Rothwell. Type at the blue line. Silva will stick it for Mason Sullivan. It's Nate Mello now. 10:50 to go in the game. Old Rochester doesn't need just one. They need one in a hurry. Sylvia again stumbled to the ice. Mason Sullivan, the stick drag right across. How did that one not go in? Back post from Jack Rothwell. Couldn't find the back of the net. Another stumble from Nate Mello on the side. Might lead to a rush the other way. Instead, he'll block it down. No offside here as Rothwell got back, and Mello shoves Langley's down to the ice that time. It's Almeida on the restart. Almeida off the side. Garvin was ready to level him into the boards. Mello trying to spin away. It's Brown trying to poke it out. Foley couldn't get it by Mello as Garvin was helping Nate Mello that time. Good pass up to Kean Stafford, and it did not take a touch. It's going to be an icing. Oh, Mello read the angle well that time, saw Stafford on the other side of the red line, just couldn't connect. From up here, looked like it was going to connect pretty good. And somebody's got to get back to the bench. You got 6 guys out there for Somerset Berkley. And there goes Braden Pimento back to the bench. Garvin wins it. Preston is able, no, he didn't get it out. He had all the ice right in front of him. Couldn't reach it. Messier blocked it. Goes by Freites. Around the boards, down low. Marcos looked like he got hit with the stick. Freites is back on it. Eludes the referee. Goes back out to the point. Wrist shot tipped, and it's wide on the left side. Messier couldn't get it out. That attempt went wide on the right side this time. Held in by the Bulldogs, but Marcos gets on the end of his stick. It's Messier, had it popped up, and it hit the netting, and it's going to be out of play. Well, we mentioned this at the beginning in the first period. It's a great crowd making their way here to Driscoll Arena this afternoon. And I'm sure we'll expect nothing different in the next game. Cam McKenna wins the face-off this time for the Raiders. Galligan trying to get it back against Messier. He did. Almeida in front. Off a skate, follow-up try from Bacard off of Marcos, and that one stung Ada Marcos. Said that word that we can't say on the air. But we know Ada Marcos. He's a man of strength and a man of grit. He'll take anything, no matter the pain. This is Rothwell across, couldn't find Pimento. Falls for Messier, looking for a tip right in front. That was Rothwell who got it. Ended up going more wide. Oh, Marcos from the line. Good reaction save from Tucker Roy. We've seen Marcos score those long goals before. Remember earlier in the year against Greater New Bedford Vogue, had one from between the blue and red line. It's Galligan. Into the middle, blocked by Pimentel, saved by Silva, rebound, and he got that one too! First line back out there for the Raiders. It's going to be Nate Mello acting as either a defenseman or a fourth forward. That one is around the boards for Kean Stafford. Played it behind, Stafford in, and he's tripped up. We got another penalty, and this is going to be very close to see if it's going to be a penalty shot or not. I don't think it's going to be. But it is a tripping call. And again, the penalty's being costly for Old Rochester. And it's going to be Austin Branco going to the box this time. Branco, senior defender on the OR Fairhaven side, has 1 goal, 4 assists to his name this year. And similar to what Somerset Berkley just had a minute or two ago, Old Rochester had an extra guy out on the ice. Had to send one man back to the bench. Power play is on for the Raiders. It's Stafford. Couldn't feed it down low. Springs free for Rothwell, and that is saved by Roy. Sent down to Silva's end. Silva putting in a lot more work than he saw in the first 15 minutes. Sullivan plays it up to Stafford, who had to fish it out of his skates. Stafford over to Sullivan, has open ice in front of him. Goes to Mello at the blue line. Sullivan walking forward. Sullivan across the ice. Stick down by Stafford. Stafford spins away. I think he was motioning for Rothwell to go down low. Mello put it into the middle, and it's going to come out as Garvin did get the touch, just couldn't keep it in. It's Mason Sullivan now. Good reach of the stick. Sullivan in the middle again. Sullivan the shot. Oh, it's off the post. Follow-up try. Didn't go through into the net for Mello. Another try. Went off of a skate, and it's going to be a counter the other way for Old Rochester. Maybe a 2-on-1. Garvin back defensively, and he blocks that shot attempt from Marquez. Marquez trying to spin back on it. It's going to be Bacot who takes it in the back. And it took a bounce, couldn't fall for Mike Brown. 7 minutes to go in the game. The Raiders are up 2. Sullivan gets it over to Mello, puts it intentionally wide. Rothwell couldn't beat Mike Brown to the puck, and it's going to dwindle and come to a halt right between the face-off circle and the blue line. Here's Garvin on the right side. It's offside at the line, and the face-off will come out of the zone with 23 seconds to go on the power play for the Raiders, and a good cheer from the Old Rochester fans on the side. Well, Pimentel sent a man down in the ice. Nothing's going to be called. Try at the line. Oh, what a save by Silva. Didn't have that much mustard on it, but he was able to get it with the reach of the right leg. Good reflexes there from the senior goaltender. 5 seconds on the penalty, and that one is gloved by Roy. And the Bulldogs with the puck, couldn't get it out. Might have a chance to get it to the man who just came out of the box. Instead, Marquez will backhand it in deep, and Austin Branco will go right back to the bench. That one's turned over, but it was offside at the line. Just a delayed one as he didn't enter the zone with it. It's Adam Marcos receiving it from Messier, gets it over to Pimentel. Pimentel, the stick drag in. Couldn't beat the second Bulldog back. It springs free again. Pimentel put it high off the glass. Marcos made the move, tried the extra shove, and a stumble from one of the Bulldogs in front. Might be a short rush the other way, 2-on-2. And Almeida couldn't beat Preston. Preston turned it over. It's on the side. Walking in with it now is Galligan. Falls to the blue line. Wrist shot tipped high off the glass. It's Marquez back to the point. Branco going to send it down low. Messier can't beat Bacot to it. Almeida in front, stick drag, wrap around, and Marcos, good job defensively to make sure that one didn't go through. Lots of pressure now coming from the Bulldogs. Springs free to Branco, the backhand, can't find anybody. Messier trying to get it out. Almeida gets back on it. Whiff on that one across the crease. Stays in the zone, another try, blocked by Marcos. And he cut down the angle. Preston gonna send it down. It's gonna be an icing. But good job there from Ada Marcos to end the chance for the moment. And to the viewers that are watching on any of our networks, I'll say this about Old Rochester. If they lose this game, they're putting up one heck of a fight in the second and third period, just trying to get something going. This is Stafford who received it from Landry. Stafford's short angle shot is saved by Roy. At Landry right in front. Wouldn't that be something if Landry got his first career goal today? That one goes down and no icing! It was waved off at the last second. Nate Mello let it go. But if anything for Somerset Berkley, it'll kill off more time. Landry took a stumble in the open ice. He's back up. It's Mike Brown, the backhand. Sullivan back on it for the Raiders. Gets it to the red line. Here's Branco. Over the middle, backhand attempt. Couldn't connect. That one popped up. Stafford finds it. And he'll just dump it in. Branco on the backhand. Sends it around. It's Brown. Sullivan at the line. It was wide. Mello. Back to Sullivan. Backhand fake. Takes the shot high off the glass. And we're going to have another penalty coming up. And this should be Old Rochester to the power play. It looks like it is for a tripping call. It's Luke Garvin going to the box. That is going to be a huge loss on the penalty kill for Somerset Berkley. But every game you play, you got to overcome adversity. Somerset Berkley's been under heavy pressure in the last 5 or so minutes. And it's important that they kill off the next 2 minutes. It comes to the blue line. That one was wide, but caught. Makes the move by McKenna. Now trying to make the move against Marcos. Marcos with the shove, knocks, but caught down. Marcos with the angle, the backhand trying to get it by Galligan. And McKenna on the second effort will get it out of the zone. It's entered right back. It's an offside. And the Raiders win the faceoff. Marcos is going to send it out to the blue line. Stick down by McKenna. McKenna short-handed, had it behind him. Got taken off the puck by Bacot, who took a swing and a miss on the stick. Messier at the line, wide, just dumping it in to kill off more time. 3 minutes to go in this SEC matchup. A big one for both sides as both teams won a home tournament game. It's Roy leaving it for Bacot. The question becomes now for Coach Ledigar, if and when do you pull Tucker Roy? It's Marcos getting it back, finds the short angle on the left side, gets it all the way down. This is Jared Freites. Leaves it short for Galligan. Galligan, good burst of steam coming here. Couldn't beat Mason Sullivan on the rush. Now has to beat Messier to the puck. It stays in the zone. Comes back across. Bacot, Richard tipped wide. That one was not on frame to Silva. Galligan backhand. Back out to the line. Slap shot try. Blocked down. Galligan follow up. Blocked by Sullivan. He gets it all the way down. And it's going to be stick by Roy. He's got to be careful. Got it by Stafford. It's Foley. Slap shot at the line. Hit high off the glass. And it's sent all the way down again, and Somerset Berkley kills off the penalty. 100 seconds to go. Fed across, but had to go behind him. Govin did find it. Oh, and Marquez sends Mason Sullivan off the boards, down on the ice. And we got another offside at the line. I think the question also becomes now for the Old Rochester side, not about pulling the goalie, but do you want to use a timeout, try to figure out something? And they are going to use it. Yeah, we'll take a short break while we're at it. 1:24 to go in the third period. We'll be right back. All right, 1:24 to go in the game. Somerset Berkley is up 2, and it looks like Tucker Roy is going to stay put. The faceoff's going to be just outside of the Old Rochester zone. And the Raiders win it. Stafford will pop it up. Sullivan couldn't find it. One-on-one the other way. Good stick drag. But not walking forward with it was Marquez. Govin going to backhand it. This is Branco playing it across. It's Sullivan. Up to Stafford. Just going to send it in deep. No icing here. Final minute to go. It's Marcos in the back. Going to play it off the boards for Mason Sullivan. Nate Mello across. Kean Stafford. Open ice in front of him on the right side. He's going to hold it up across for Govin. Wouldn't connect. And here come the Bulldogs. 40 seconds to go. Be a good chance to get Roy to the bench if they want it. Marcos makes a hit on the side against Galligan. Marcos finds him. Marcos playing hero in the final 5 minutes. He's trying to find that puck. It's tied up. Freights and Marcos both stumbled on it. Marcos looked like was trying to cover his hand on it. And it springs free on the other side for Mason Sullivan. Sullivan holds it back. Over the middle off the skate of Marcos. 10 seconds to go. It's going to go all the way down for an icing. And the clock will stop at 6.8. Barring complete insanity, Somerset Berkley is going to move to 11-2-1, 9-0 in conference play. But their final conference game next Saturday at 8 p.m. is probably going to be the toughest one that they've had, away at Bourne. Garvin wins it, Sullivan has it, just going to tie it up on the end boards. The clock winds down, and the Raiders are victorious in this one, 2-0. Well, it was a hard-fought game by Old Rochester, but Somerset Berkley, with the home crowd behind them, came away with the win. Let's get a final shot on goal tally for you viewers. It's going to be Somerset Berkley with 35, 2 of them finding the back of the net. Brandon Silva with a 15-save shutout. The Bulldogs go to 10-8-1, 4-3-1 in conference play. Somerset Berkley 11-2-1. One more game to go to potentially get an undefeated conference season yet again. That's going to be us for our coverage. Once again, Brian Moniz, great work on the camera today. I'm Keegan Hamblett signing off, wishing you the best. Have a good night.